Good evening everybody and welcome back to JWE Monday Night Jayromoda. We're here in the land down under in Canberra, Australia. We're now officially just a week away from the next PLE of the year, the Elimination Chamber. Tonight our superstars have one final chance to punch their ticket to the championship dance or get their name called for the chamber for the shot at the first seed in the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments next month. Each of these fights have a chance to be make or break for everyone's title's aspirations. So who will be the ones willing enough to put it all on the line and prove that they have what it takes to contend for the title? Find out tonight as we're in for an event where everyone will sure to give it all in the squared circle, because this is Jayromoda. And starting off our night. Just a week ago, this man was your men's Universal Champion, but not anymore. But he will sure to look to get his revenge at the chamber on Sunday. It is the leader of Torna, Jin. And Jin, despite losing last week, all in all, he's been pretty strong ever since he made his debut last year at what was that? It's not Payback. Backlash. So I wouldn't put too much stock into it last week. Yes, he did lose the belt, but perhaps he was just playing some mind games. And tonight, using this match as a bit of a tune-up match, as a bit of a warm-up match. Things might get interesting. And his opponent looking to spoil this tune-up match. Certainly not one to be used as a bit of a doormat. It is the one, the only, Ivo Robotnik, Dr. Eggman. Okay, that wasn't a very good R roll. Dr. Robotnik. There we go. Don't know how well that picks up on the mic actually. I'll figure it out in post. And here we go, both men staring each other down, one wanting an easy matchup, one wanting to spoil the matchup. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, and Jin immediately bouncing off of Eggman, who looks to hit him, like, you know, look for a bit of a revenge shot, but missing. And Jin again just bouncing off the Eggman, but avoiding the grapple. Beautiful reversal kick to the stomach. But Eggman pushing Jin away. And a clothesline. But Jin turning things around quickly. Reversal. Eggman with the reversal right back. And tossing Jin to the side. Split leg stomp to the stomach. Leg drop, but Jin gets out of the way. And now a boxing combo, but Eggman pushing him away, just trying to create some distance, trying to create some time. Irish whip, and a knee right to the stomach. Quick pin. One. Long one. That's not why that's not something you want to be on the receiving end of. And now kick right to the chest. Up, over, power bomb. And Jin along the outside. Eggman staring him down. But Jin ripping Eggman into the ropes. Back into the ring, clothesline. And the cover. 1, 2. Eggman again look for the leg drop, but Jin again rolls out of the way. And now Irish whip into the belly to back suplex. Shot to the side. And just bashing Eggman's head down into the canvas. But Eggman sweeping the leg on that reversal. Handbreakers. And now Eggman looking for the immediate power submission, but referee calling that off for a rope break. And now an over-the-shoulder slam. Eggman trying to get the Eggman Empire on his side. Haven't seen much support for the Eggman tonight. Eggman elbowing out of the grapple. Big boot. And pulling Jin away from the corner. Cross body splash and nobody's home. And now Jin looking to take advantage of Eggman being stunned but not getting the distance. Now rolling Eggman over the shoulder, going for the cover. Not even one Eggman, not even giving Jin the time of day. Irish whip over the top rope. And now dangling DDT. Cracking the egg, there's 2. Eggman's not scrambled yet. And an RKO. Surely this is it. 1, 2, no! Crossbody. Jin still going for the pin. Only 1 this time. Eggman never going quietly into the night. Tonight is no different. To the outside. Back in, just buying a little bit of time. Jin greeting him with an elbow. Irish whip underneath. Underneath again. And another suplex. Eggman slow to his feet. And Jin taking advantage. Head first, or chest first rather, into the top turnbuckle. And Eggman getting the knee up, using Jin's momentum against him. Clothesline. Coming in like a wrecking ball. And the ground and pound. And now Eggman hyping himself up. Snap elbow drop. Irish whip. Elbow. Jin rolling to the corner. Eggman staring him down. Both men catching their breath. Jin taking full advantage of the lull in the match. Clothesline combo. Pin. 1, 2. No! Jin trying to keep Eggman down with those stomps. And an RKO out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Eggman trying to play spoiler. Probably playing Jester. I mean, he certainly made Jin work for that. That was basically just an unmovable object meaning an unstoppable force. But eventually something had to break, and the Eggman cracked.
Here is your winner, Jin!
Now he's gonna have to put up a better match than that against Nekomaru on Sunday, but when that's just like, what, 80% of your power? It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one on Sunday. And for our first tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is Chie Sadanaka and Yukiko Amagi, the Twin Dragons. And have they been in every single show for the past month in some form? I think they have. And their opponents, for once, not the Silverflame or any version of Silverflame. Instead, they are your women's tag team champions, Tifa Lockhart and Charla, the Mech Femmes. Now, will this be the time where the belt wait, actually, hold on. I was going to ask if this is the time that... I was going to ask if this is finally the time that the belt changes hands, and it won't, because it's not on the line on Sunday. It's the men's side that's up for grabs. And here we go. Ref rings the bell. With Charla and Yukiko first in the ring. And a head scissor toss. And now Yukiko. Immediately with an armbar. And immediate rope break. You know what? I'm pretty sure that's going to change actually, because we just had a men's tag team championship match. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's a typo. And Yukiko with an arm breaker. Going for the cover, only one. And now hammerlock. Pulling back on the arm. Just stomping down on the forearm. And now Tifa pulling in Yukiko, dragging her head first, or face first across the ropes. The Yukiko sliding leg drops. And they're gonna go top rope. Tifa defending the corner. So Yukiko knocks her off. Charla back into the ring. Yukiko sending her for an Irish whip, diving underneath. Over the top. Look for the drop kick. Charla gets out of the way. And Charla sending Yukiko head first into the canvas, tagging in Tifa. And now Tifa immediately with a leg hold. Yukiko kicks out. Making her way to the corner, tagging in Chie. And Tifa immediately with the cardiac kick. Chie back up to her feet, immediately Irish whipped. And a belly-to-belly slam. Axe kick, and then the kick right to the spine. Tagging Charla back in. But Chie fighting back from down on the mat. Stomp to the thigh. And tagging a Yukiko. Amagi forcing Charla back up to her feet. Belly to back suplex. And now immediately locking in an armbar. Tifa breaking up with a drop kick, and now clothesline right to the back. Yukiko tagging in Chie. Uppercut. there's a flying clothesline from Charla, forcing Chie back to her feet. Snap DDT. And now Charla tagging out. Chie trying to buy a little bit of time along the outside. And Tifa just luring Chie towards her. Hitting the combo. One, Chie kicks out. Spinning back heel kick. And just work on the ankle, elbow to the side of the knee, the tender side of the knee. But Chie reversing Tifa into the corner, turning her around. Head first into the turnbuckle. And a stomp to the chest. Forcing Tifa back up to her feet. Sweeping the leg. Charla tagging out. And Chie was going to tag out, but decides not to. Uppercut from the mat. Tifa escaping to the outside after the ref kind of forces her to the outside. And Chie finally tags out Yukiko back in. Elbow drop. And now Charla using the ropes to get back to her feet. But immediately sent over. Slingshot. And now Chie greeting Charla. Yukiko to the outside to have to... Sure, I guess. Yukiko forcing Charla back to her feet. Sending her face first into the ring post. And knee smash into the mat. 5. There's 6. Yukiko throwing Charla back into the ring, joining her in the ring. Now triangle choke. Charla quickly getting out. And snap suplex and escapes. Tifa in it immediately a head scissor toss. Gripping the hair, hip attack. And now Tifa just ignoring Yukiko and just showing off to the crowd. Yukiko trying to crawl to the corner. And now back up to her feet, grabbing Tifa from behind. Suplex into the pin. That's going to be a rope break. But wake up call for Tifa Lockhart. Cardiac kick. I think that is. And again. And now Chie back into the ring, spinning back, heel kick. In the corner now. Sweep in the leg, enziguri cover. Here comes Charla breaking it up. And Chie running Charla out of the ring. Middle rope, diving axe handle drop. Elbow drop and nobody's home, and now Tifa with a head scissor toss. Heading to the ring, taking out Charla back in, and I have no idea why Chie didn't try to go for the finisher after. Try to go for the pin to get Charla into the ring, and then, I don't know. I have no idea, dude. And a diving DDT from Yukiko covered Tifa in immediately. And now Yukiko to the outside. Leg drop. And forcing Charlotte back up to her feet. Toss to the corner. Are we gonna get a, I almost said chain attack. No, are we gonna get a, Showtime? Yes, we are. And now Chie. Will she, redeem herself? Turning Charlotte around, elbow to the spine. Knee breaker in the corner. We are how many years in and I'm still seeing new stuff. Alley-oop powerbomb into the pin. 1, 2, 3. And if this is the matchup that we get at the Chamber for the belt, you better watch out.
Here are your winners, and
And from a disappointing draw last week to defeating the champions, yeah, I think things are looking pretty good for the Twin Dragons right now. Things are looking up. And our second tag team matchup. Introducing first. It is the ultimate biker gang leader and the ultimate moral compass making their way to the ring with the ultimate programmer.
at a combined weight of 314 pounds. Mondo Bad Boy Omega and the Brotherhood.
It is Mondo Owada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru making their way to the ring with Chihiro Fujisaki, the Ultimate Brotherhood. And their opponents. Making their way to the ring with Patroka. It is Akos and Mikhail Torna.
At a combined weight of 297 pounds. And Michael, the Acolytes.
I was gonna say these two teams don't really like each other, but I don't think any of the teams in this division like each other. Yes, I know that there's only 3 of them, but I really don't think any of them enjoy each other's company. So that's, yeah, there's nothing new there. But when you're going up against the award-winning Ultimate Heels, or the heel of the years from last year, yeah, I would be surprised if anyone actually did enjoy going up against them. And referee rings the bell. Snap DDT immediately from Makos. And forcing, almost like Kanji, Taka back up to his feet. No, that was last week. And Taka elbowing out Enziguri off the top rope. And now rolling Akos around. Taka just stomping down, grabbing the arm, and my least favorite move of all, the twisting arm breaker. Taka forcing Akos back into his feet. Left hands connect. And a strong elbow. Taka heading up top. Elbow drop, but nobody's home. And forcing Taka back up to his feet. Taka pushing that away. Open palm strike. And pile drive well, not pile drive suplex, but a suplex. And now Mondo, Irish whip, just letting Akos run right into his boot. And now Mikhail's back into the ring. Or, not back into the ring, in the ring for the first time this match. And snap elbow drop from Mondo. Cranking on the neck. And a baseball bat magically appearing in the ring. Mondo slipping out to the back. Suplex nearly landing on the bat if it was still in the ring. And now taking out Taka back in. Moonsault. Or a top rope moonsault, rather. And the cover, Akos immediately breaking that up. Taka taking Mikhail down. Tags out. Both teams taken out. And a super kick from Akos. Arm breaker. And now Mondo along the outside. Akos back up to his feet. Top rope diving clothesline. Split leg stomp to the stomach. And Akos again forced back up to his feet. Patroka trying to trip Mondo. Mondo turning Akos around. Elbow, or not elbow, Axe handle drop to the spine. And now Taka turning him around. Dragon screw into a leg hold. And now turning Akos around. Over the shoulder backbiter or whatever. And now looking to grip the ankle, but Akos gets out with that jumping roundhouse kick. And a big boot turning Taka around. Over the shoulders. Spin out slam. Again, if I'm getting these wrong, I'm sorry. I genuinely do not know the names. And I'm genuinely terrible with names. Mikhail diving axe handle drop. And out to the outside. Getting Taka back up to his feet. Crossbody, nobody's home. Mikhail fighting his way out of the grapple. Knife edge shot missed. And now Taka sending Mikhail for an Irish whip. Knee to the stomach. And an elbow drop. Toss to the corner now. Patroka having a few words for Taka. Bit of a disagreement there. Allowing Mikhail back to his back to his senses rather. But unable to connect. And now tagging in Mondo. Irish whip, double shoulder tackle. And a leg drop from Mondo. Going for the cover one. Mikhail kicks out. And now Mondo. Sit out tombstone. Should have gone for a pin, my man. And Mikhail turning that around. Surprise roll up, only gonna be a rope break. Now super kick to the chin, tagging out. And Mondo having a golden opportunity, turning that into lead. Almost said pyrite. And now Akos scraping the ankle. Mondo forcing him off with that kick. And now a toss to the corner. Tagging in Taka. Trying to get this thing back into their favor. Uppercut to the stomach. Irish whip underneath. Double underhook slam and the cover. Here comes Mikhail. And Taka focusing on the wrong man. Nearly had a 3 count there for Mikhail, but arm toss from Taka. Taka walking Akos to the northeast corner, setting him up top. And now pin in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, no, Akos. Axe handle to the spine. And now Taka wasting a little bit too much time. Patroka again. Just trying to buy her teammates a little bit of time. And there's a snap DDT from Akos. Seriously, you guys just need to ignore her. Literally just ignore her. Belly to back suplex. Knee to the back of the head from Mondo. Stomp to the back of the head. And now climbing up top. Taka giving him a space. Clothesline or a crossbody. Nobody's home. And now Akos looking to do the impossible, winning a tag team match via submission. But Mondo finding the escape. And Taka just kind of watching on. Referee getting in the way. Mondo forced to abort that attempt. And Mikhail escaping to the backside sling blade. And now a toss to the corner. Setting up Mondo up top. Mondo fighting down though. But here comes Mikhail back on the offense. Up, over, running sit-out slam. And to the outside. What are you doing? Mondo with a neck breaker. And Mondo just launching him into the corner barricade. There's 4. Make that a long 4. There's 5. Mikhail with a arm toss. 7, and now just tossing Mondo from one side ringside to the other. There's 8. Spear. There's 9. Referee trying to get Mondo back into the ring. Tagging in Akos. But not enough time. No, it's really simple. Just ignore Patroka. Just ignore her when she tries to talk to you. It's really that simple. But no. No, Patroka using Taka's biggest weakness against him. And yeah. I don't even have words. That was just, yeah. Like I said, golden opportunity turned to lead. And Torna somehow gets away with another one. And next up, introducing first, it is Sakura Ogami.
From Osaka, Japan, Sandra O'Grady.
I genuinely don't know how to feel about Sakura. And her opponent. We saw her last match.
Representing the Acolytes from Pangea, Pantera.
Representing Torna, it is Patroka. And ref rings the bell to meet in the middle. And like I was saying, I genuinely don't really know how to feel about Sakura at the moment because I feel like she's been underperforming massively. I don't know. Anyway, picking up Patroka. And sit out powerbomb. I don't know if it's because like she realizes that she doesn't need to take this seriously, so she's more focusing on just having fun and putting on a show for the audience, or what? But I don't know. Really hard to explain. But as I'm saying this, just over the shoulders, over the back, there's one. Patroka kicks out. And Sakura with a jumping knee to the forehead. Patroka fighting out. And trapping the arm, stomping down on the hand, on the wrist. Sakura back to her feet, turning Patroka around. And just ripping on the back. Clothesline. And now a standing submission, Patroka immediately fighting out. And sending Sakura for an Irish whip, but Sakura just bouncing right off of Patroka. But Sakura fighting back. High kick, double punch. And Patroka with a reversal into a falling neck breaker. Leg drop across the throat. Cover 1. And Patroka trying to get Sakura back up to her feet. Irish whip. And Sakura stuffing that belly-to-belly suplex. But completely whiffing on that clothesline, allowing Patroka to walk her back to the northern ropes, but Sakura sending her flying over the top. Stomp to the spine. And now wrapping Patroka up, armbar. Kind of useless along the outside, but just trying to deal as much damage as possible. Trying to get this thing a little bit slower down. Or trying to slow this thing down a little bit more out. English is hard. Even though it's my primary language, English is hard, man. And Patroka picking up Samus over the shoulders, head first into the top of the barricade. There's 7. And now, walking Sakura back to the ring. There's 8. Sakura back in. And now Patroka. Spin out powerbomb. How is this not a rope break? I don't know, but there's a 2 count. Huge clothesline to the spine. And now Patroka. Heading up top. Cross body. And now rolling Sakura onto her stomach. But Sakura with a dragon screw takedown, trying to get back into this match. But Patroka with a reversal. Very back and forth right now. And now walking Sakura to the northwest. Setting her up top. And now setting her up for a huge avalanche suplex, but Sakura fighting out. Potentially saving her career there. And now both women just back and forth. Knife edge chops. Patroka with a reversal. And now both women in the pocket. Neither really coming out on top. And now Patroka turning Sakura around, but Sakura with the reversal suplex. And everyone on their feet. Dragging Patroka away from the ropes. Here we go. Cover 1, 2. Patroka just barely kicking out. And now Sakura. Up. Over. And the side slam. 1, 2. No, still no. You can tell by by the tone of my voice, I genuinely thought that was it, but no. Now rolling up in an armbar. And forcing an immediate tap out. And the audience stunned by how quickly Patroka tapped out. Like, the match is over when that side slam hit. Genuinely, this could have been the end of the match right here. Face first right into the top of the barricade. But as soon as that side slam hit, I thought it was it. I thought that was done. I'm pretty sure the audience all thought that was it. Patroka kicks out. And Sam is saying, sure, why not a submission attempt? And turned out to be the right choice. But yeah, very back and forth, especially towards the end. That middle half, middle third. Yeah, the move that should have ended it right there, but no. 1, 2, 2.8. 2.75? And then, yeah, the triangle armbar, immediate tap out. And this is what I was saying, like, I genuinely don't know if Sakura is just not giving it all because she feels like she doesn't have to, or if something else is going on. I genuinely cannot get a grade on her. And for a penultimate matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the ultimate Aikido master, Tenko Chabashira. I know I've said this before, but it's really good seeing Tenko back in the singles division. She is just... feels good seeing her thrive. Even though she's my least favorite character in V3, I'm not going to be an asshole towards her. Anyway, her opponent, representing Ouroboros, completely whiffing on last week's match. It is Eunie. And here we go. They meet in the middle. And Eunie immediately beginning with the knife edge chop. And a headster takedown. Stomp down on Tenko. But Tenko elbowing out. Turning Eunie around. Rear waist lock. And now Eunie with a headlock along the mat. And Tenko rolling her off. Jumping clothesline. And a stomp to the upper arm. Tenko middle rope. And now Tenko just stomping down on the arm. Middle rope. Diving axe handle drop. And a knee right to the side of the head. Tenko with the scoop slam. Now to the outside, stomp to the ankle. Referee at 5. And now Eunie. Is she just ignoring the count like last week? There's 6. There's an arm breaker. And now escaping back to the ring, there's 7. And Tenko in at 8. And now Eunie. Walking Tenko to the eastern ropes. And wrapping the arm around the top. Eunie now, ankle lock, and immediately kicked off. Tenko throwing Eunie over the top rope, and a double A dropkick sends her off. And now a rolling suplex from Tenko and just throwing Eunie down. Eunie back into the ring. Tenko waiting for her, but Eunie avoiding the grapple. Double knee backstabber. And the cover, 1, 2, nope. And Eunie another cover, 1, 2, and still no. And now Eunie with a diving knee to the chest. Tenko trying to get back into this thing. Irish whip. Spear. Or tackle rather, not quite a spear. And now walking Eunie from the southern ropes to the northern ropes. Dangling her over the middle rope. Knees to the face, to the chest, to the neck, kind of that area. Now Tenko up top. Waving Eunie back to her feet. And a diving axe handle drop. And the release suplex. For the cover, 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Tenko.
Much better than last year. Much better now that she's back here in the singles division, but yeah. And here we go for the main event of the evening. Introducing first, it is none other than Goro Akechi.
Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 154 pounds, Gordon Alexi.
And his opponent. It is Shinjiro Aragaki.
161 pounds, Sergio Eric Army.
And I'm trying to save my voice for this one as much as possible because this should be a pretty good one. And refereeing's bell, Akechi immediately running towards Shinjiro with a running clothesline. Right off the rip. And that was stomped to the forehead. Akechi kick right to the spine. And a flying crossbody, or not a flying crossbody, but a crossbody splash. And an Irish whip scoop slam. And Akechi with a stomp to the upper arm. Middle rope now. And a diving elbow drop right to the trachea. And a rolling neck snap. Akechi rolling Shinjiro around, stomping down on him. And a stomp to the hand. Knife edge shot right to the side of the head. And Irish whip. Back elbow connects. And an elbow drop to the chest. And Akechi looking for the crossbody. Shinjiro gets out of the way, or yeah. Don't know if Akechi tripped or not. But now Shinjiro on the offensive. Pounding right hands. Scraping across the face. And 1, 2. And now Shinjiro Irish whips. And a side slam. Just raining punches down to the side of the head. And now a big slam. Wow, I completely butchered that. I'm sorry. Shinjiro with the finisher and putting Akechi away. I was trying to remember the name of that move and it just happened so quick. I'm sorry. And that was a lot shorter than I was expecting. But with that, I would like to thank all for joining us here tonight and hope to see you on Wednesday for Wingcrest and of course Friday for Eclipse as we continue to get ready for the Elimination Chamber. Where remember, we don't necessarily have a championship match in the chambers, but rather the winners of the chamber matches will have the first round seed, or will have the first seed for the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments next month. They get to choose their opponent, and of course the winner of those tournaments will then have a title shot of their choice at Summer SmackDown. But with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here tonight and hope to see you for all that. Until then, we're signing out from Canberra, Australia. See ya.